I also agree that institutional money will probably drive the price up. We are working as a fully regulated bank at SEBA with asset pools that are looking for the right time to invest. They want, though, to have the right counterparty to make sure it's fully regulated and a secure and trusted player. So we believe the price is going up. Our internal valuation model indicates a price right now between 50 and 75,000. I'm quite confident we are going to see that level. The question is always timing.
And that 50 to 75,000 model, is that this year, do you expect? Which means Bitcoin will, of course, test some of those record highs we saw last year.
I think so. I think so.
Interesting.
Though volatility remains high.
Guido, I want to get your take as well. Is it just Bitcoin at this point that you think will drive the broader market higher? Because last year, one thing we did saw was other coins, likes of Solana, the likes of Ethereum as well, investors getting on board with some of these other platforms. So when you look at this year, do you expect some of these other coins to again outperform Bitcoin?
I mean, we see some sector rotation away from Bitcoin. Domination went down to 40%. And I think there is a very important element for institutional investors. Right now, people go in for the directional play. But also people start to realize there are yield opportunities, particularly for the protocols that you mentioned. And at SEBA, we have established SEBA Earners, a program that provides various yield opportunities. And particularly in the context of this imbalance of monetary policy, there are some very interesting constellations. And I think people and institutional players will hone in these opportunities.
Now, figuring out what the future of regulation looks like is always top of mind for investors in this space. You are a fully regulated bank here in Switzerland, dealing with crypto assets, which of course is quite unique and interesting in itself. How did that come about? What were the regulators saying to you, and how did you give them the assurances they needed? Yeah,
so as a SEBA Bank, we looked at the technology, and it was very clear to us it will going to redefine finance. And so we thought it has to take a top-down approach, so basically almost an over-licensed approach. And when we went to the regulators, we explained what the technology is all about and what is not all about. And obviously, when it comes to regulation, it's many times about AML, KYC, and we presented and had the conversation about what this technology can do, and it's even better in certain areas than the current setup. And in Switzerland, we have a regulatory framework that is principle-based. It's also technology agnostic, and therefore it was a very good relationship, basically explaining and explaining what the business model is all about, that brought us to the regulation. And I think that's the right way to go.